When my boys were really little, they discovered that if they spoke through a little air conditioning vent, that someone on the other end of the house could hear them through that vent. And so sometimes when I was getting ready in the morning, I would hear tiny little voices, "Hey, mommy, can you hear me?" And then I would respond back, "I hear you." And then they would laugh and giggle, and we would go back and forth, and they were always so shocked that I could hear them. And I think when it comes to the prayer life, we wonder, hey, God, wherever you are, can you hear me? And we especially wonder this in times where we are praying and praying and praying for something, and we aren't getting the outcome that we hope for. And yet, in our verse of the day, Luke's Gospel, chapter 18, verse 1, Jesus tells the disciples that they should always pray and not give up. And there are countless examples in Scripture of the God who does hear us. And so perhaps prayer is not so much about a transaction, but maybe prayer is more about a relationship and the grace of God that is bending our will into the will of God. You see, in Scripture, we discover that God is a relational God, that God does hear us. And so maybe it's not so much about transactional or formality or the outcome, but it's more about the formation that happens within our heart and mind. So that when a particular outcome does happen, even if it's not the one that we originally hoped for, we are able to say, "It is well with my soul," because the grace of God was present with us as we poured out our hearts to Him. And so, friends, may God bless you as you persevere in prayer.